Angle looked up doubtful. It's just dry because it hadn't rained for weeks. You think something living creature made this? Jerry asked. That's pretty scary. Suppose it comes after us. Well, said Angle, we better investigate. Is it a dinosaur? Angle and Jerry ran home and came back with a notebook, pencil, and a tape measure. Jerry measured the length of the width of the print of the footprints. Well, Angle drew a sketch of it and the tail marks behind it. It should also make a map of where the creek is and where we found the print, she said. Then we'll go to the library. But when they stepped in the city library with their map and drawing, they felt overwhelmed. So many shelves of books all the way to the ceiling. They did not know where to begin. Can I help you? Asked a librarian. Judd nudged Angle and she stepped forward to explain to the library. Explain what they were looking for. My brother thinks this is a dinosaur print, she ended by saying this, but I think it might be some kind of a water bird. I believe some dinosaur footprints were recently discovered in Alpha, said the librarian. We'll see if they're anything like your print. The librarian led them to the computer and typed the website addresses aside. She said, see if this helps, then come to me if you have any more questions. Jared and Angle crowded up to the computer screen. They read about dinosaur prints that they were found when a top layer of Earth was turned over. But our print is right over the surface, said Jared. That means it can be a fossil after all. Maybe it's a bird like you found. Maybe. Angle agreed. Is it a bird? When they went back to the library, where can we find about birds? Angle asked the librarian. The librarian pointed to the old man sitting at a table, surrounded by books. You're in luck, she whispered. That's Professor Featherwhite. He's an expert on water birds. I'm sure he'll be interested in your footprint. I'll introduce you. The professor looked closely at Angle's drawing and made a clucking noise. Very unusual. I don't know any birds in this area that could have made that print. It's quite large, but perhaps in migratory bird from some far away place. That's blown, of course, said Jared, finishing the professor's sentence. Well, yes, possibly, said the professor. Here's a book that might help you. Good luck. It was a large book full of pictures and so heavy that Angle and Jerry had to take turns carry it home. They took the pages right at Angle's room and pored over pages with web feet, nothing looked right. I don't think we can find any big bird enough to leave a print like that, said Jar. And besides, what's about the tail marks? It could be a bird with a long tail and a peacock, like a peacock, said Angle. Peacock aren't water birds, cried Jar. Well, maybe we discover the new water peacock. Angel said. Suddenly there is a bang on the door. Let me in, let me in. It is Benjamin. Jar solves the mystery, and as opened the door, and Benjamin tumbled in, clutching something under his shirt. I could hear Sarah running down the hallway. Come back here, she yelled. Give me my pin. Benjamin, said Alice disdainfully. Are you stealing Sarah's spoon fins again? Jar closed the door. Angle, that's it. What? Sarah's fin made of footprints. Give it to me, Ben. Oh no, of course, Angel said, slapping her forehead where Benjamin pulled the fin out from her under his shirt. Ben, were you down by the creek a while ago? Jar said. No, Ben said incorrectly. Well, a long time ago. Meanwhile, Angle measured the fin and compared to the drawing and notes. You're right, Jar said. Jared, it's a almost perfect fit. Then she noticed the blanket tucked in Benjamin's shirt. The tail marks must have been his blanket. Benjamin grinned up at You mean you found my monster print? Angle and Jar looked at each other and laughed. First we thought this was a dinosaur, said Jared. Then we thought it was a bird, said Angle. But now we know it was the scariest monster in the whole world. And she gave Benjamin a hug.